You open your eyes one morning, and the house is still. No footsteps, no soft voices, no one asking, "Did you sleep well?" Just the quiet tick of the clock and your own thoughts. At first, that quiet might feel calm, but slowly it begins to feel different. You notice things you didn't before. The chair feels lower, the hallway feels longer, and the silence, it feels heavier. You speak less, you think more. You start to wonder, is this really what freedom is supposed to feel like? People say living alone later in life means peace and independence, and sometimes it does. But no one talks about the other part, the part where you're your own backup, where you cook for one, where you go days without hearing your name, where showing up for yourself becomes your daily job. But here's the truth no one tells you. You're not alone in this feeling. And no, this is not the end of your story. In this video, we'll gently walk beside you through 6 quiet truths about living alone as you age. Not to make you sad, but to help you feel seen. To remind you that every one of these struggles comes with a small, doable shift. By the end, you won't just nod and say, "That's me." You'll say, "That's something I can change." Because living alone doesn't mean living without meaning. And your life, just as it is right now, still matters more than you know. Many people imagine that living alone in your later years is peaceful. You get to eat what you want, sleep when you want, and live at your own pace. And yes, that part is true, but it's not the full story, because here's the part no one tells you. Living alone can be harder than it seems. You're the one who has to handle everything. If you fall, feel dizzy, or get sick, there's no one nearby to notice. One woman shared that she wears her smartwatch into the shower, just in case. Another man hides a key outside, so someone can get in if something goes wrong. Living alone means being careful, all the time. And then comes something quieter, but just as heavy, loneliness. Even if you love peace and quiet, you may still miss someone saying, "How did you sleep?" or "What should we eat tonight?" Some days you go without speaking to a single soul. Pets can help, but even a loving pet can't ask how your day was. Then there's the routine, morning coffee, an afternoon walk. These rhythms give you comfort, but sometimes they remind you just how silent the day really is. And the chores, they don't get easier with age. Cooking, cleaning, even light yard work begins to feel like a mountain. One woman said she writes down what needs to be done, but never checks it off. Not because she's lazy, but because her energy just isn't the same. And little by little, you move less. No one nudges you to stretch. No one says, "Let's go outside for some air." Then one day you realize your knees hurt, your back is stiff, you avoid stairs, and the fear of falling creeps in. Slowly. The hardest part, it doesn't happen overnight. Just a little more stillness, a little less connection, a few skipped meals, until you feel like less of who you used to be. But here's the light in all of this. You can shift it. You can begin again, gently. You don't need to do everything. You don't need a big plan. You just need to start with something small. A tiny promise to yourself that says, "I still matter. I still care." And that's what we're going to do next. In the next part of this video, we'll show you 6 simple habits that can bring energy back into your days, joy back into your space, and connection back into your life. You don't have to wait. You can start today with what you have right where you are. Here are 6 small but powerful habits that can help you live better, even if you live alone. 1. Start your day with movement. Have you ever noticed, on the days when you feel good, really good, you catch yourself smiling in the mirror? Maybe just for a moment while brushing your hair, or setting your cup down at the table. And those days, they feel different. The tea tastes better, the sunlight looks warmer, your steps feel lighter. But then there are other days. Days when the mirror feels like a stranger, when your reflection looks tired, when the silence in the house feels just a little too loud. We all have both kinds of days. That's part of life, and especially part of living alone. But here's the beautiful truth. The small things you do each day can shape which kind of day you have. One stretch in the morning, one kind voice, even if it's your own. One moment of joy. These don't change the world, but they can change your world. So tomorrow, try this. Smile at yourself in the mirror. Even if it feels silly, say, "Good morning. You're still here. Let's try again." Because some days are quiet, some days are heavy, but every day you have the power to meet yourself with care. And that one small smile, it just might be the beginning of a very good day. 2. Talk to someone every single day. Silence can feel gentle at first, but over time, it doesn't feel like peace anymore. It feels like fading. You can go a whole day without hearing your own name. No "how are you?" No laughter, no one checking in. That kind of quiet slowly makes the world feel smaller. But one short conversation, even just a few words, can bring you back to life. Call someone, even if it's been a while. Text a neighbor, say hello at the store. Or join a simple online chat. No pressure, just presence. And if no one's around, speak to yourself, truly. Write in a notebook, record a voice memo or video. Tell your story like you're sharing it with a friend. What I'm feeling today, what helped me keep going, what I wish someone else knew. Your voice deserves to be heard, even if it's just by you. And one day, it might help someone else feel less alone. And hey, if you're watching this right now, simply type 2 in the comments, just so we know you're here, still listening, still walking this journey with us. Who knows? Your comment might remind someone else they're not the only one still watching, still caring. 3. Make meals feel special even if it's just for you. When you live alone, meals can start to feel routine. Some days you might think, why cook just for me? Why set the table if no one else is here? But here's something worth remembering. Food isn't just fuel. Food is medicine. The way you feed yourself affects your energy, your mood, and your health. And even more than that, it shapes how you see yourself. When you take the time to prepare something with love, even a simple soup, you're sending your body and your heart a quiet message. I care about you. I want you to feel well. Use the good plate, warm the bread, play music while you cook, sit at the table instead of in front of the TV. You don't need a fancy recipe. You just need the reminder that you're still worth showing up for. One man shared, "When I started lighting a candle at dinner just for me, I felt like I was part of life again." How do you make your meals feel healing, not just filling? Share your ritual below or simply comment 3 to say, I'm here and I'm still learning how to care for myself. Because every meal is a chance to love yourself from the inside out. 4. Keep one joy and write it down. Living alone means your days are yours fully, but sometimes that freedom feels too open. Like time is passing, but you're not part of it. That's why this habit matters. Find one small joy, then honor it by writing it down. Maybe it's your morning tea, a chapter from a book, a plant you watered, a sunset you watched. It doesn't need to be exciting, it just needs to be real. When you name the joy, when you take a pen and say, this mattered today, you're making space for beauty to return tomorrow. You can also write down what you did, even the tiniest things. Got out of bed, opened the windows, took a deep breath. That's not just a list, that's proof that you showed up, that you lived this day, that you still care. One woman shared, I started writing down one thing I did and one thing I enjoyed. After a week, I realized I'm doing better than I thought. What brought you joy today? What did you quietly accomplish? Share one in the comments, or just type 4 so we know you're here, noticing your life with us. 5. Use sound to soften the silence. When you live alone, silence can feel peaceful, a space to breathe, to rest, to reflect. But over time, that silence can start to feel too heavy. Not because you need noise, but because you need a gentle sense that life is still moving around you. We believe this. Sound is one of the easiest, kindest ways to bring warmth back into your space, and science agrees. Studies show that listening to music, especially familiar or calming tunes, can reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and even ease feelings of loneliness. Music stimulates the brain's reward center, releasing dopamine, the chemical that makes us feel good. Even background sounds, like soft chatter or nature sounds, can improve mood and help the mind feel less alone. So try this. Play soft music while you cook. Turn on the radio as you fold clothes. Let a podcast or old movie play in the background, not to focus, but to feel company. One viewer told us, I started playing music from my younger years while I cleaned, and somehow I felt more like myself again. Not just someone passing time, but someone still living. What kind of sounds make your home feel alive again? Share with us, or simply comment 5 so we know you're here and still listening with us. Because sometimes the right sound is all it takes to feel at home, even in a quiet room. 6. Move with purpose, even just a little. When you live alone, it's easy to sit more. No one reminds you to take a walk. No one says, let's stretch. And little by little, stillness becomes stiffness. Stiffness becomes fear, fear of falling, fear of injury, fear of losing your strength. But here's the hope. You don't need big workouts, just small, meaningful movement. Science shows that light daily movement improves circulation, boosts balance, supports memory, and even helps fight low mood. Just standing up and sitting down slowly can activate core muscles and keep your legs strong. Walking from room to room gives your heart a reason to beat steady and proud. So start small. Stretch your arms when you wake up, roll your shoulders while brushing your teeth, walk around the house during a commercial break. Even that counts. One woman told us, I got a dog just to force myself to go outside. At first I walked for her. Now I walk for me. Because movement isn't just physical, it's emotional. It's how you tell yourself, I'm still here. I still matter. What's one small way you like to move your body each day? Share it below or comment 6 so we know you're still walking with us, step by step. You've just walked with us through 6 quiet but powerful habits. They're not hard, they don't cost anything, and you don't have to do them all at once. But here's what matters most. You get to decide what kind of life you want, even if you live alone. A meaningful life doesn't require big plans or loud moments. It starts with awareness, noticing what matters to you, and then it becomes a choice to show up, to care, to try. So today we invite you to do something brave and beautiful. Write down the things you will do for you, not for anyone else, not for a checklist, but because this is your life and it still deserves your full presence. Here are a few questions to guide you. What small joy will you protect each day? What habit will you try this week? Just one. Who will you reach out to or gently reconnect with? How will you move your body with care? And what reminder will you write on paper to see every morning? Make a list. Call it My Plan for a Meaningful Life. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be real. Maybe your plan starts with lighting a candle at dinner. Maybe it starts with a single phone call. Maybe it starts with opening the window and saying, this day is mine. Whatever it is, write it down. Because when you write something down, you begin to claim it. And if you feel comfortable, share just one thing from your list in the comments. Let someone else see it and maybe find courage to start their own. You're not doing this alone. We're walking this with you, quietly, steadily, from one kind choice to the next. And if no one said this to you lately, let us say it now. You're doing better than you think. And there's still so much life left to live in your way, at your pace, with your heart wide open. These 6 habits don't take much time. They don't cost money, and they don't require anyone else to be with you. But together, they help you stay strong, steady, and connected to your body, your mind, and your life. In the next part, we'll share a special message just for you. Because living alone doesn't mean being alone, and your story still matters deeply. Before we end this video, we want to ask you something gentle but meaningful. Which of the 6 habits spoke to you the most? Was it the quiet stretch in the morning? The music that softens an empty room? Or the reminder that even cooking for yourself is an act of self-respect? Share it with us in the comments. You don't need to write a long story. Just a few honest words like talking to a friend who understands. I'm starting with habit number 2. I forgot how long it's been since I called someone. Or, thank you. I didn't realize a done list could help me feel proud again. We read every comment. And more than that, you never know who else might be watching this video, quietly feeling alone. Your words, yes, yours could be the very thing that brings them comfort. A little reminder that they're not the only one trying to make it through. If this video helped you feel seen, cared for, or gently reminded that you matter, comment, I choose to care for myself. Let that be your first small promise to yourself today. And if you'd like more quiet reminders like this from us, hit the like button and subscribe. Not just to follow our videos, but to keep building a gentle, honest space together.